morning, you guys. What I'm going to be talking about is delivering exceptional customer experiences. So there's three main sectors of our business that we're going to be focusing on. So marketing, you're reaching your customers through lead generation. Then, as you pull those leads in, you're wanting your sales team to be the ones that are engaging with those customers and then retaining them, right? Because when we sell, we are having to make them happy. You want to keep them happy, right? So the three main sectors of your business that are more customer-facing. And when you're trying to, we saw this slide too. Do we all remember this yesterday? So when you're trying to bring those three main sectors together, you're having to evaluate all these different solutions. You know, which one's going to work best for me, and so forth. You know, what do I need for my marketing department? What do I need for my sales department? You're needing to supply them with the tools that they need to do their job. And realistically, what we have today is kind of a siloed approach. So again, like I said, you're having to find something for your marketing department, your sales department to do their job, and then also your support. When realistically, it makes more sense to have it all tied together in one integrated system. So our kind of solution is having a customer experience platform. So all three sectors of your business tied together so you can have a 360 complete customer view, right? So if my support team is engaging with one of my customers, they're able to see what kind of conversations that we've had and vice versa, right? So anytime a customer is coming into contact with your business, every single team that's on the customer-facing end is going to have a 360 view. So what that is CRM Plus. So sales, marketing, and support all tied together with a bundle of applications. So all the applications that pertain to marketing, all the apps that pertain to sales and support together in one integrated system. So it's a unified experience platform, and you're getting, like I said, that 360 view. It's seamless data flow, so all the apps work together. On the previous slide, when you saw all the vendors all over the place, you're thinking, you know, you have, yes, something for sales, marketing, and support, but how do we tie it together? You're having to then build integrations. You have a multi-vendor solution, and it can get kind of messy. It can get expensive, and when you have something that's all in one, it's all tied together, you, of course, have one subscription. So you have one annual payment as opposed to multiple. So ease of use and accessibility. So unified UI. So having everything, this is kind of just, if you're logging into CRM Plus, having everything that you need in one spot. So on the left-hand side, that you see all of the applications that pertain to CRM Plus. So if I'm logging into CRM and I quickly need to jump over to Desk, I'm able to just click on that and do so. And same thing for your team. Any application that you're in, so right now we are in CRM, all the modules relating to that app are going to run across the top. So you're logging into one window as opposed to several, right? So if I had several different systems, or like that multi-vendor setup that I was talking about earlier, when you're logged into your computer, you're having to access each and every single one. With CRM Plus, you're logging into one spot and being able to manage the whole customer-facing aspect of your business. So unified search. So you have all those apps, and you kind of think to yourself, okay, I know we have this, but I don't know where to find it. And you think you do the same thing with Google, right? Whenever you have a question, you just go in and you Google it. It's kind of the same thing. So putting that top search bar, type in whatever it is that you need to find. So in this example here, we've got an account. So I'm able to pull that up, and everything relating to that is going to be on that screen. If I want to kind of dive into it further, I click that little funnel up there at the top right, and then all those filters will pull up, and I can sort it through there. A unified setup. So think about having one spot to get everything set up for your teams, right? So every single application is listed at the top. It's that one setup screen that you're logging into. Again, it's just clicking from CRM, Desk, and projects, or whatever it is that you might need to access. Intuitive provisioning, so having all of your employees in one spot and being able to control what applications they have access to, right? So a little point and click, maybe, you know, my sales reps need to access Desk, and maybe our marketing needs to do campaigns, maybe they need CRM too as well, or social. So being able to control that in one spot. You also can dive in a little bit further to, you know, where you've got maybe a manager in a department has different visibility than, say, sales reps. So you're able to control those permissions as well. Unified user panel. So I'll run through this real quick. So at the top right, when you're logged into CRM Plus, you'll either see your little picture there or maybe a silhouette. Amelia has, and you're able to basically announce if you are online on certain channels. So like she has access to Desk, CRM, Sales IQ. So if she's online, then when customers are engaging with the business or they chat online, it can be directed to her. Okay, so that way, if she is someone that is in control of support and she's gone for the day, she doesn't have to get a chat and say, oh, I'm sorry, let me get you in contact with the right person. I mean, that's kind of painful for the customer. So being able to control, whether you're in the office or out, and having things routed to the appropriate people. Multi-channel notifications. So this is looking at Desk, so all the tickets that you have. And you see on the left side column, you're able to sort that as well. So if you're wanting to view tickets just for yourself or things that are overdue, you can do so. But everything is coming from different channels. So you're getting tickets, say you have a missed chat, say someone tweeted you on social media, all of that is going to be pulled right here. So that way you can have a quick overview of your business and what's going on. Multi-channel notifications. So even if I'm not logged into Desk and I'm logged in somewhere else, I can still kind of see what's happening on my website or social media. Like Michael Bolton clearly really likes our website, so he felt the need to let us know. I can see that, and that's pulling from Sales IQ itself. So regardless of where I am in the system, those are sales signals, and they will pop up as well. So we're going to kind of dive into just a simple scenario of, kind of start to finish with a customer. So really, your marketing team is the ones that are kind of putting forth the effort to reach customers and draw them to you, right? So we start out with a business, and you have probably a domain, and that's your kind of plot of land or real estate on the web, right? So you're wanting people to come visit you. You're wanting them to land on your website. And when they land on your website, you don't want them to just disappear. Like, you put all those efforts into drawing them in, getting them there. You want to engage with them. You want to have some knowledge about them, right? What pages are they visiting? How long they're spending on those pages? And then, have you ever been on a website and a little chatbot pops up like, can we help you, right? Kind of the same thing. You want to engage with them. So if they're chatting back, then I'm able to take that information from that customer and put it into the CRM and automatically have my sales team kind of put them through the whole sales process, right? Reach out to them, kind of nurture from start to finish, and potentially, hopefully, win that deal, right? Turn it into a paid customer. You're probably needed to track start to finish to make sure that certain things happen on time, right? So managing that through projects, and then in the end, really getting a whole overview of, was this even worth our investment, right? Measuring that ROI, having good, just business analytics to know, is this something we're going to repeat over and over? And also, maybe if it's great, get more efficient at it. So we'll dive into that just really kind of quickly. So if a marketing team's running ad campaigns, there's many different ways that we can do that. It can be done through email, survey, webinars, social media. And these pop-ups here that you see are just a few examples. So say someone's calling in, I'm able to just click on that little pop-up and their CRM profile will pull up, and I have some insights to them. If I run an email campaign, knowing, did they open the email? Did it bounce? Did they click on anything that was in the email? Kind of what happened there? If I have someone that's tweeting us on Twitter, being able to pull that lead into the CRM or engage with them on Twitter as well. All that's available. Engaging with visitors when they land on your site. The coolest thing is, being able to, if you're chatting with someone and you think this probably is just easier to do via phone, being able to just click and call the customer right there. Being able to share your screen if need be, if they need assistance with something. And then proactive help with chatbot routing. So having the chatbot really kind of represent you and your business and providing the customer with what they need, whether it's via a link or route it to the right team. So at that point, we've drawn the visitors or gained insight on visitors, drawn customers to our site. We want to then get it to our sales team. So we're going to move it over into CRM. And so Rebecca here, whatever her name is, she's in CRM. we have a task that's automatically generated there for our sales team to then follow up. And it's kind of how that is set up is through an assignment rule. So when certain actions happen, so like this instance is a lead source, it's a cold call, right? It's going to be assigned to a specific rep to follow up on a certain day, right? So he comes in and he knows that he needs to reach out to Rebecca immediately. So automatically assigning them to the right team and the right people. Then, of course, the sales process, there's a lot of things that we do in sales that are, repetitive, right? So kind of automating some things so that way your team can be focusing more on engaging with your customers and selling to them and providing value, right? So if a certain action happens, this is a workflow rule, so recording that action, right? And say day one an email goes out and I want to set it up 5 days later that another email goes out and then maybe set a task for them again to call out to that customer. All that can be done and automated. You're not having someone managing your leads on a spreadsheet and passing it to a rep, hey, please make sure to follow up with this, and then you never know if it happens or not. So being able to kind of pass it on and track that. So I'm going to run through now what views look like for your sales and marketing teams. So social monitor, so to be able to see what's going on through all of your social media, right? People want to engage with us in different ways. No one's just sending emails anymore, or calling, they're tweeting about us, they're sending DMs here and there. To be able to just log into your system and manage it right there and have everything pop up in one unified spot. And like I said, being able to engage with them and add them to the CRM is a huge thing. So it's going to pull from social media into CRM. So CRM, social, and desk, this is the monitoring screen. So I've got all my Facebook feeds here, my Twitter feeds on the right side, and then, of course, my mentions. So this is kind of what it looks like, a good snapshot of every single, social channel that we have on one screen, being able to engage with them right here. If I want, like this person's asking for, stuff to do around the Netherlands on a 5 days tour, well, apparently we can provide her that information, so we're going to put it to a ticket and assign it to the right team. And then maybe also send me that list as well, because that sounds great. So customer surveys is another thing that we can get insight from our customers, right? Of course, we're wanting to give an amazing customer experience, but that's all that we know. What do our customers want? So being able to send out surveys, gaining insight from them, and pulling all that information into the CRM. Unified analytics. Does anyone in here love analytics and numbers and stuff? Oh, good. You might like this then. So viewing analytics across sales, marketing, and support. So having a quick snapshot of just your business in general. Here we're showing just tickets, right, that are overdue or what's trending, our customer happiness rating. These are all quick views within the system. But all this is great, and you're probably thinking, cool, Alex, like all these applications, integrate together, and that's awesome, but we're going to take it another level, and we're going to make it powerful with artificial intelligence. And she really kind of ties everything together. So chatbots, being able to, like I mentioned earlier, kind of represent your company online. So if someone chats in saying, do you guys have, like in this example, expedited delivery? She's pulling those keywords, right? It's done through natural language processing. So speaking in a way that, computers speaking in a way and understanding how humans like to talk. So being able to speak like humans like to talk, pulling those keywords and then providing an article as well. So they're happy they got what they needed, and you guys are focusing on probably generating more revenue. So this is something else within Desk. So the Zia Reply Assistant. So if I'm, responding to a ticket in Desk, say an email like this is shown here, it's kind of blurry, but they're asking for certain information. So rather than me having to go open several different windows to find that info and then put it in the email, I can chat Zia and she'll pull it up, give it to me, plop it right in that email. It's quick. Your response time to that customer is a lot faster. So sentiment analysis, this is great as well. So if you're opening up your Desk system, you're able to see if you've got something that's got a little sad face, you may want to tend to that sooner than later. And then if it's a sad face, it's obviously a positive email. If there is no sad or happy face, then it's kind of neutral. So that helps you to kind of prioritize your day when the moment you come in tending to tickets. This is amazing for your sales team. So best time to contact. Basically what Zia is doing is when the customer is engaging with us, opening emails, or maybe they're visiting our website, she's pulling that information in, so your sales team knows when the best time is to reach out to that customer so they don't miss them, right? It makes no sense to be calling someone like, if they're only available at 11 a.m. or that's the time that they're most likely available, to call them in the afternoon, because I'm probably not going to reach them. Sales prediction. So having an overview of what's closing this month, most likely to win in 30 days, 50-50 chance, and then not so likely. And I know you're probably thinking, okay, that's great. It's different stages along the sales cycle. We're getting closer to close. Not necessarily. So Zia is actually pulling from the sales reps themselves. Maybe you have like Tom, who's not so great at closing, and we don't know if any of his deals are going to come in. So if he has a huge deal, we're not so sure if it's likely to close or not. So she's actually taking that all in a little equation and putting it up here for you. So analytics, again, so having those quick snapshots. This is the Zia dashboard. So all these reports are pre-built. They're available. This is not something you're having to build on your own. The data's in the system. She's pulling it together for you and presenting it in a rather beautiful way. So for example, trending auto tags, refund and battery are the biggest ones up here. So clearly you know that we got an issue with our batteries and people are wanting a refund, right? That seems to be the most common thing that we're talking about here. Sentiment analysis. So again, getting that overview of how many of our customers are happy with us, not so happy, and kind of neutral. So all this can really only be done when it's built on one underlying infrastructure. You can't necessarily do this when you have a multi-vendor solution because you are having to kind of bridge that gap between those applications. It's already there, tied into one, on just one user interface and getting a 360 view of the customer, and that is CRM Plus. Thank you guys so much.